Murray from Murray Bishop Music again. We're going to start a series on basic conducting, and part of that is just from my experience as a conductor. I'm not the world's greatest. I've worked under some very fine conductors and I've worked under some terrible ones. I've been able to see some amazing people do performances, and I've been able to see some rubbish. So there's a lot out there, and I'd like to just share with you some tips, some hints that might help you. Many of us become conductors simply because no one else will do the job. Some people do it because they think it's the greatest job in the world and the ego drives them to do it. Some do it because it's a desire to grow musically. I don't know why I became a conductor. I always wanted to be one, and there are many, many, many times when I regret that feeling and would love to just sit in the back and play. Our tool, we can go through, a trumpet player buys a trumpet, there's millions out there. Our tools are our baton. It's a vital little part. So we're going to look at selecting some of those today. And I've got a couple here on demo for you. And there it is, you can see them there, there's 5. The funny thing is I hardly use any of these, but my conducting stick, my baton, is somewhere else. What's in a baton? They all look the same, they all do the same job. The first thing I go for is weight. This one here is actually quite a heavy baton, it's quite a heavy handle. It's a really nice, it's fiberglass in there, coming to me. Yeah, I'm being told, the cameraman's giving me more instructions. So it's a fiberglass tip, and they're always fairly solid, but they're also fairly indestructible, and a fairly large solid handle. Now the nice thing about this is when you hold it, there's a nice little grip there, you can get a nice feel. It's about a 12-inch one. Next to it is the $10 special. Now this is balanced about the same as a tugboat on the harbour bridge. Not at all. It's quite heavy, right? So when you're conducting, you tend to conduct downwards a lot. And if you're conducting for any period of time, you're going to get very, very tired. It's a no frills, but it's about $10. So you keep it in the drawer in the office, and when you need to conduct, go for it. This one here, this is my pride and joy. This is a Lancio. Really nice spun handle, made by Mollard. This is a 12-inch, so it's nice and short. Even I find this a little bit heavy, but it's a lovely baton. Wooden, okay, lovely. This is a Case baton, and Case is an Australian-made one. I'm getting, once again, my director's telling me where to go, as he does a lot. But this is a Case. You can see this one's had a fair bit of work. You can see I've tapped the music stand a million times there, if you can see that. These are actually carbon fibre, and they're beautiful and light with a beautiful handle that just sits in your hand and balances nicely. When we're talking about balance, you should be able to hold the baton just around about your finger. Can't do it with that one. We'll try it with this one. Round about just near the head of the baton, and it should just sit there like so. That's balanced. That way when you pick it up, you're not actually balancing too far. It's not heavy, it's not top heavy. This one is top heavy. All right. I also like, on performances, I prefer a white baton, but in the classroom I use this one. This is a Bright Sticks from Mollard, and my kids have actually nicknamed this one Bob the Carrot. It's a great baton, cork handle, super cheap. I'm not even sure how much these ones cost. Very, very, very light, pretty durable, wooden. You can get them in all different colours and things. I like it because the kids are drawn to the colours. So, when you're selecting one, the other thing we do is length. Length of a baton. We might go to the other camera. See, I get revenge, I get to tell the director where to go. But we might go lengthwise. There's, just as a rough guide, if you go from the centre of your hand to your elbow, that's roughly the right length. So to me, that one's a little bit too long. Right, that's probably a 15 inch, something like that. That one's about right. but it's only a guide. Look, if it's comfortable, do it. What I would look for in a baton is lightness. Don't go for the big, solid, heavy one. You're the person that has to wave it. And if you're only conducting for an hour a week, so what? If you're conducting, like I do, 3-4 hours a day, every day of the week, and some days up to 9 or 10 hours a day, lightness is important because your arms wear out very, very quickly. And you've got to keep that accuracy, you've got to keep the flow. Why use a baton? It's very simple, it's a focal point. We'll cover that in the next one. But if you need to select them, really recommend case batons, beautiful batons, and mollard. There are others, there are Tic Tac, there are Tact, there are a few others around, but they're generally a cheaper one. If you want a good baton, go Australian, go for a case, can't beat them. And they're not paying me to say that. See you on the other side of the orchestra.